The cook, in joy to hear the miller pickled, laughed like a man whose back was being tickled.
Ha ha!
He roared.
Ha ha! Christ's blessed passion. That miller was paid out in proper fashion. For trying to argue that his house was small, be careful who you bring into your hall. Says Solomon in Ecclesiasticus, for guests who stay the night are dangerous. A man can't be too careful when he brings a stranger in among his private things. May the Lord send me misery and care, if ever since they called me the Hodge of Ware. I heard a miller scored off so completely that jest of malice in the dark came neatly. But God forbid that we should stop at that. So if you'll condescend to hear my chat, I'll tell a tale, though only a poor man, but I'll do the very best I can. A little joke that happened in our city.
Well, said our host, let it be good and witty. Now tell on, Roger, for words with you. You've stolen gravy out of many a stew. Many the Jack of Dover you have sold, that has been twice warmed up and twice left cold. Many a pilgrim's cursed you more than sparsely, when suffering the effects of your stale parsley, which they had eaten with your stubble-fed goose. Your shop is one where many a fly is loose. Tell on, my gentle Roger, and I beg, you won't be angry if I pull your leg. Many a true word that has been said in jest.
That's sure enough,
said Roger.
For the rest, true jest, bad jest, is what the Flemings say, and therefore, Harry Bailey, don't give way to temper either, if I have a plan to tell a tale about a publican before we part. Still, I won't tell it yet. I'll wait until we part to pay my debt.
And then he laughed and brightened up the bit, and he began his story. This was it.
There was a prentice living in our town, worked in the victualling trade, and he was brown as a berry, spruce and short he stood, as gallant as a golden finch in the wood. Black were his locks, and combed with fetching skill. He danced so merrily, with such a will, that he was known as revelling Peterkin. He was as full of love, as full of sin, as hives are full of honey, and as sweet, lucky the wench that Peter chanced to meet. At every wedding he would sing and hop, and he preferred the tavern to the shop.
Give me a cheeseburger.
Whenever any pageant or procession came down Cheapside,
I call it the cannon.
Goodbye to his profession. He'd leap out of the shop to see the sight and join the dance, and not come back that night. He gathered round him many of his sort, and made a gang for dancing, song, and sport. They used to make appointments where to meet for playing dice in such and such a street, and no apprentice had a touch so nice as Peter when it came to casting dice. Yet he was generous and freely spent in certain secret places where he went. Of this his master soon became aware. Many a time he found the till was bare. For an apprentice that's a reveller, with music, riot, dance, and paramour, will surely cost his shop and master dear, though little music will his master hear. Riot and theft can interchange, and are convertible by fiddle and guitar.
Play the best song in the world.
Revels and honesty among the poor are pretty soon at strife, you may be sure. This jolly prentice, so the matter stood, till nearly out of his apprenticehood, stayed in his job, was scolded without fail, and sometimes led with minstrelsy to jail.
Cranky! Old Peter Kid's being dragged off to jail. Ha ha!
But in the end his master, taking thought, while casting up what he had sold and bought, hit on a proverb, as he sat and poured, "Throw out a rotten apple from the hoard, or it will rot the others." Thus it ran. So, with a riotous servant, sack the man, or he'll corrupt all others in the place. Far wiser to dismiss him in disgrace. The master then gave Peterkin the sack, with curses,
Don't come here again, you
and forbade him to come back. And so this jolly apprentice left his shop. Now let him revel all night, or stop. As there's no thief but has pal or plucker to help him lay waste, or milk the sucker, from whom he borrows cash, or steals instead, Peter sent round his bundle and his bed to a young fellow of the self-same sport, equally fond of reveling dice and sport, whose wife kept shop to save her good repute, but earned her living as a prostitute. Matthew, do you know what page it's on? 120. 120? Alright. Nope, too far. So are we gonna have both of us read?
We're gonna have both of us read parts. One of us needs to be like all around narrator. One of us needs to be the cook. One needs to be the host, and one needs to be the storekeeper of the story. Because he says something.
Stupid word. Don't make up words for your stupid rhyme scheme.
It's not even wrong.
Okay, so do you want me to be the narrator and the host, or do you want to be the cook and?
I can be the cook.
I'll say because the cook